I gotta tell you, I think a lot of people had their reservations about Forbidden Door this year and like the timing of and all of it, and I'll explain all of that in a second. But I am now super hyped because in 6 days time, we can find out that a match that I have been wanting for, well, pretty much a whole year could be happening, and I'm gonna be there watching it live in person. For those of you that don't know, literally on Collision yesterday, AEW announced a #1 contenders match for Zack Sabre Jr.'s IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Hechicero, Lee Moriarty, Daniel Garcia, and Nigel McGuinness. Now, I think people who know me, and if you've been in the CEW Discord server, you will know that this match was literally the reason why I said, I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy a ticket. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, oh well, at least the card will be good. And we are this close to it happening. And I can't wait. Do I think it's going to happen? I feel like it has to, right? Like, Daniel Garcia just isn't the guy that he once used to be, really, in terms of popularity. And I think a match against Sabre Jr., whilst it would be good, I don't know if it's the right play. Lee Moriarty would be fantastic, but I don't think he's built up enough. Hechicero would be fantastic to run it back. I mean, their matches have been phenomenal, but we're in England, and Sabre Jr. and McGuinness have never wrestled one-on-one. They were in the Casino Gauntlet match and all of that, but they've never wrestled one-on-one, and honestly, I just want to see it. And if I get to say that I saw it live, then that's my life complete. I can't lie to you. Sabre Jr. is slowly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers. He's probably up there with probably one of my favorite wrestlers currently going. As I probably like him or Penta, to be honest. They're very different styles, but still. And yeah, honestly, all they have to do is have Nigel McGuinness win, and I guarantee you, if I hadn't have bought tickets, I would have bought them. That's how big this match is to me personally, and the fact that I am this close to potentially seeing that happen is insane. It's genuinely really crazy. But let's talk about what else has been happening and the build to Forbidden Door, because I haven't really spoken about it, and with it being literally 2 weeks away, it's time to get the speculation going. So Kyle Fletcher retained the championship, the TNT championship, against Tomohiro Ishii in a great match. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. Genuinely, Collision is one of my favorite weekly wrestling shows, to be honest. I try and watch Collision pretty much every week, to be honest. Fantastic show. A lot of the time. And then afterwards, Kyle Fletcher said, hey, New Japan, send your best for Forbidden Door. And that has brought out a lot of speculation. Is it going to be a Shingo Takagi? Is it going to be this person, that person? I think it could actually be Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, is it going to be? Probably not. It probably is going to be a Shingo Takagi or a Hiromu Takahashi or someone like that, or a Yota Tsuji. Kyle Fletcher Yota Tsuji would actually go kind of nuts, I can't lie. But Tanahashi would be fun. It would. I think, though, if you're going to do a Tanahashi match, if he's cleared, it probably should be Tanahashi Ospreay. I think, personally. And yeah, so that's like that. The two matches that we have confirmed are Toni Storm versus Athena, which, hey, I'm so glad I'm going to be watching that live in person. I get away feeling Toni Storm's going to retain, but I really want Athena to win. And then we've also got Swerve versus Okada, which, hey, hopefully I get to see a locked-in Kazuchika Okada live in person, because I ain't gonna lie, Okada's so-so for me at the moment, and that's kind of a shame. And then we also know that we're going to get the Hurt Syndicate versus either FTR or Brodido. Should be Brodido, gonna be FTR, probably gonna watch FTR win the tag belts, which, hey, if it leads to Cope and Christian Cage winning the belts, I don't think I'm going to complain too much. But I'll tell you what, now I have a reason to wear my TMDK shirt at Forbidden Door, which I probably will. So if you, I'm not even on hard cam or whatever. I've got pretty decent seats, but nothing too crazy. So if you do see me on there, be sure to yell at me. Holy shit, Byron's here. But nah, and then also we know about the TBS Championship. It's a fatal four-way. It's Mercedes Moné, it's Alex Windsor, and it's a CMLL and a Stardom representative. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know who they're going to bring in, but one name I'd like to see them bring in from Stardom, Suzuki. would be kind of heat. I'm not gonna lie. That would be kind of cool to see. As for CMLL, I can't lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm super well versed in the CMLL roster. So I'm not even gonna try and hint at who I think could be entering as a part of that. But hey, I know my mum's gonna be hella excited that there's a Mercedes Moné match at Forbidden Door. So hey, everybody's happy. I get to see Zack Sabre Jr. live. My mum gets to see Mercedes Moné live. It is what it is. It's super, super cool. It is a shame that we're probably not going to see Kenny Omega on the card. That's a real shame, just because like it would have been really nice to have seen Kenny live in person. I kind of hope Cope's there. I don't think he will be, unfortunately, but I really kind of hope that he is. I don't know what he'd be doing if he was there. Maybe like a weird trios match where it's like Cope and then like 2 New Japan guys versus like Stoke and FTR. I don't know, but I'd really like to see Cope there. As you guys know, I have his autograph like right here. I know you can't really see it all that well, but I have his autograph right there. Edge has been one of my favorite dudes for like, what, 8-9 years at this point. So it'd be really nice to see him live, especially seeing as I don't know if he's going to be at All In next year, because I do intend to go to All In 2026 in Wembley. That's kind of the play. I'm going to try and go to as many UK shows as humanly possible going forward, as long as I have the money and the time. Now we're going to get into like the really interesting speculation, which is what is going on with MJF and Hangman Adam Page, because I do think that we're not going to get that match at Forbidden Door. I feel like it's a bit weird to do, hey, here's the IWGP belt being contested between AEW and New Japan, but our belt is going to be AEW versus AEW. I think instead we might get Mr. Co-MJF, and I feel like we might get something along the lines of maybe like a David Finlay versus Hangman. Like, I'm trying to think about who would willingly potentially receive a call from MJF. Now, my brain would say that if we're really going to open the Forbidden Door, Hammerstone would be fantastic. Hammerstone Hangman sounds like it'd be a really fun match. I just don't know, because it's only going to be like a week and a bit build. I don't know if Hammerstone is super like as big of a name or as well known of a name to be put in a match like that quickly, which is why I'm thinking like a David Finlay. It would have been an absolute layup for Gabe Kidd, to be honest, but unfortunately he's injured. I'd love to vouch for my boy Bolton Oleg, but I don't think Bro's gonna be on the card, unfortunately. And then also, speaking of things that are potentially gonna happen, Darby Allin, John Moxley, please just make it a coffin match. I'd actually just be hyped to see a match like that in person. Give me a death match. Give me a coffin match. Just let those two murder each other live in the O2, and I think I'd be a very, very happy guy, to be completely honest with you. But I'm all in, and not all in, Forbidden Door. But like, all in all, I do think that Forbidden Door is looking really, really interesting now. It is a bit of a shame that it has taken this long to reach that sort of like level of like entertainment, in terms of like, okay, now here are the big cards. But the reason why it has taken this long for the New Japan guys to really start like sinking their teeth into it, and why you haven't really seen any people from New Japan show up on TV, is it's G1 season. This is arguably like the worst time of the year that you could have done Forbidden Door. I understand that they wanted to do it because they were doing All In Texas. I don't know who is someone playing Wembley in August? Hold on. Wembley Stadium, August 24, 2025. Coldplay. That's okay. So Coldplay have the market share there. That explains it. So otherwise, I reckon we would have got All In instead, which would have been better in terms of G1 season. But this isn't too bad, because then like at least we're still getting something in the UK, and like we're getting the Dynamite in Scotland literally a few days before, and the Collision as well. It's just a case of unfortunate timing. I feel like the build would have been a lot better had it not have been G1 season, So like 95% of the New Japan roster are in the G1 right now. So like it's very, very difficult to build stories when you've got dudes wrestling like what, every like few days or something during the G1 season. But I think all in all, I think despite that, getting CMLL involved and all of that has really helped, and Stardom, even though I think Stardom have, what is it, their 5-star Grand Prix or something? You have to forgive me. I don't know, like, I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm super well versed in like Stardom and New Japan and all of that, but I know a little bit. But yeah, no, the 5-star Grand Prix is happening right now. So again, that's another reason why we probably haven't seen a lot of Stardom involvement. But then also, where are the CMLL guys? We got Hechicero now, but he's going to be fighting Bandido at Death for Dishonor, which is why I don't think he's winning the Fatal 4-Way. I feel like I'm rambling. If any more stuff comes out, obviously, if Nigel McGuinness wins next week, or in the on the 16th, there will be a video from me, because of course there will be, because that's the match I am like the most looking forward to. And if that happens, you are gonna hear me gushing from the rooftops about why I need to go to Forbidden Door, why the tickets were so cool to get, and why I'll be wearing this to Forbidden Door, even though I might be rooting for Nigel. No, I'm not. I'm sorry, Nigel. I love you, but Zack Sabre Jr, that's my guy right there. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on Forbidden Door in the comments below. Are you going to Forbidden Door? Like, hey, let me know. It'd be really cool to see how many of my audience are potentially going. Yeah, shout outs to the members. Shout out to the Wall of Support. You can join that for as little as 99p a month, and you get access to members only content like the Deep Dive series and the Creators Commentary series, where I'm going back and I'm reviewing old CEW and talking about how cringe I was and how cringe the booking was back then, and how good some of the booking was as well. More Wrestling Think pieces will be right here for your viewing enjoyment, but if you've already seen all of them, then maybe consider clicking this video, because YouTube really thinks you'll like that one. See ya!